Diva presents the rules of Uno. Now, this has been a great debate of ours since the beginning of this year, and I wanted to cover the rules of Uno. We're going to start with a little bit of what Uno is. Uno is an American card shedding game that general principle puts it into the Crazy Eight family of card games. It's been played for over 40 years and it seemed to be fun. The history of Uno. Uno was invented in 1971 by Merrill Robbins in Reading, Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati. It became a part of the Mattel brand in 1992. Robbins sold the rights to a group of friends headed by Robert Tizak of Joliet, Illinois, for $50,000 and 10 cents per game. This group of friends used to play Uno in behind a funeral parlor, and it turned into being a tournament, and they played a lot. Card deck. There are 112 cards in the deck. This the deck consists of numbers 0 through 9, which there is 19 of each color. Also, you have your action cards, which are your skips, draw twos, and reverse. There are 8 of these cards. You also have a wild card or draw 4. There are 8 of these as well. Uno has something called the scoring system. The rule is if you score 500 points, you win the game. The scoring system goes by all numbers 0 through 9 are face value. Draw twos, draw fours, and skips, which are your action cards, are 20 points apiece. The wild card and draw four is 50 points apiece. When the person called Uno and they throw out their last card, they get everybody else's card and they add them up, and that's their point. And if they get up to 500 points, they win. In this hand, in which we're looking at, we have a draw 2, a reverse, and a 5. The draw 2 is worth 20 points, the reverse is worth 20 points, and the 5 is worth 5 points. So this will make this hand a total of 25 points. There are rules to Uno. The first rule is the first thing that must be done is to determine who's going to be the dealer. This is determined by each player drawing a card from the deck. The highest point card is the dealer. And from me playing it and from what we played, we just hand the deck to the card. Whoever wanted to be the dealer was the dealer. And they were the dealer. The dealer must deal each person 7 cards. Let's go back and say you only can have 2 to 10 people to play. And also, the 7 cards, they say everybody must be dealt 7 cards. I was told that you can be dealt anything from 3 to 99 as long as it was an odd number. But in the rules, it says each player only gets 7 cards. Once each player has their card, the deck is put on the table and a card is turned over. Let me tell you something about this rule. If the card turned over, the first card is a wild card, the person that's supposed to play first get to determine the color. If it's a draw 4 wild card, that person has to draw 4 and the next person determine the color. If a draw 2 or skip is played, the first person has to draw 2 and the next person play, or the person or that person is skip and the next person get to play. Also, reverse, you have to, if a reverse is played, you have to reverse the cycle counterclockwise. Each player plays a card according to the color until the color is changed. You can change the color in two ways according to this rule. You can change it with a wild card or draw four, or you can change the color if you match the number. Like if I had a zero, red zero and a blue zero, and a blue and gold zero was played, and I didn't have any more of the blue red zero, whatever, I mean, didn't have any more blue cards, I could play the red zero or the green zero or whatever I said. I could play another zero and change the color of the card. Confusing, isn't it? When you have one card, you must shout uno. If you do not shout uno and somebody catch you, they can make you draw two cards. Also, wild cards can be challenged. You are supposed to have, if you don't have no more of that color of the card, the person challenge you and they find out that you have the color of that card, then that make you draw four or whatever number, draw four or whatever number it is. Now let's go to the the debate that started all of this, and that is the stacking of cards. I found this to be very fun, and I found this method about 3 years ago when my daughter played it at school, and she came home and showed me how to play, and I think it's very fun. It makes it very interesting. But Mattel and Uno, the people of Uno, do not want us to play like this. They said play by our rules. But stacking cards is like if you have three of the same color, three cards, and they all fives, and you want to put them down, and they different colors, you can put all three cards down. Now, also, that's also another way to stack cards is, okay, let's say somebody played a draw two, and that person had to draw two. Another person can play a draw two, and make the other person draw four, and then they can play a draw two, make the other person draw six, and so on and so on, until somebody don't have a draw. And draw fours can be played on this too. And when this is done, I found it kind of fun. But Mattel and the Uno do not want us to play like this. But I found it extremely fun playing like this and stacking cards. My closing remarks are: Uno is a game to be around for a long time. Rules change all the time. Let's take Monopoly, for example. Monopoly has changed over the years. And Monopoly is older than Uno. And Uno is one of those games that's going to be around in 100 years that people going to play. And they have different rules then. Well, I just enjoy playing the game, and I think the game is very entertaining, and I think that they should keep the stacking because it makes the game more fun, and we're not playing in the same way. Now, I have heard of some people creating their own house rules, and in each game people have their own house rules, but Uno is a game that's going to be around for a while, and it's a fun game to play. But like I said, the people that make Uno want people to play it their way. Rights reserved, and this is the opinion of Mommy Diva. This is not the opinion of Mattel nor Uno. You can like us on Facebook at Mommy Diva Blog. You can also go read some of our blogs on WordPress, Mommy Diva Blog. We are on YouTube, in which you are watching this. Subscribe to us, Mommy Diva. And if you have any questions or anything to say, just drop us an email at mommydivablog@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you, and Have a blessed day and peace.